Raiders out. No solar contact. Targets eliminated. We got them.
Good work, everyone. But let's not start celebrating yet. The ice is getting thicker. We are entering an ice zone. Notify all bridge personnel to reduce speed. Engineer, what's the damage report?
The Magnus hit our port side propeller. We're down to about 20% thrust on the steering, sir.
Visual on an iceberg at 12 o'clock! It's closing in fast!
Speeding iceberg? Really? What did I tell you about staring at the snow too long? It messes with your vision. Idiots! That's no iceberg! It's a fin! A massive one! Something's under the water!
A Leviathan!
Regular! All systems engage! All units, report your status.
Water in main battery magazine! All watertight compartments are under pressure! Captain! We're going down!
Understood. For all these years, we have fought side by side with Triglav and the 3 frigates. Not once have these old girls let us down.
The menace must be desperate to stop our landing. Sending a Leviathan after us of all things.
Let them try. The Foundation will not be stopped at the Ross Sea. Triglav to operations. Initiating detonation of the onboard array.
Operations to Dida. Steer clear of the ice zone. Fall back to defense line A2.
You made your way here, through the Ross Sea. The front lines must have given you a grim taste of the war. The Manus won't let the Foundation set foot on Antarctica, not without the fight. The ritual is too important. They will stop at nothing to see it happen. So here's my offer. Reciprocity. As a gesture of good faith, allow me to share some intel on their movements with you first. There's a ruin of an ancient city deep in the heart of Antarctica. That is where the ritual will be held.
A ruin? Here?
Against that mountain, yes. But it isn't just any ruin. It's Manus Vindicte's stronghold. Rituals, preparations, high-level meetings. That is where they all happen. In order to secure the continent, they have fortified the coastlines, covering every possible landing point. The Order of Enlightenment is stationed at King Edward VII Peninsula. The Apostles' Brotherhood controls Mary Birdland. And the former Xeno Sentinel unit has deployed its forces along King George V coast. The terrain is already a natural fortress, but that wasn't enough for them. They have deployed a number of arcane-modified beasts, several Magnus and a Leviathan, if my intel is correct.
Oh, no way! A Leviathan? I heard you could sink Australia with one of those things.
Not anymore. The Triglav just blew it up and sank with it in the explosion. She was one of the Foundation's best battleships. A heavy price to pay to only reach a stalemate. If I were you, I wouldn't count on support from the Foundation forces. They are already spread thin, just holding the front line. You need a plan to complete your mission without their help. And if you are as smart as you hope you are, you will see that this map is your best shot at reaching the city without getting caught in their territory.
It all sounds too convenient, boss. We've got no clue what she's really up to.
Fair enough. But know that the Admiral has ordered the coastline be sealed. I can't let you pass, at least not without a deal. Whatever your purpose is, you won't make it further without some assistance.
Fine.
Seriously?
I'm meeting with the timekeeper at the site of the ritual.
Ah, brilliant.
What's the timekeeper doing there?
I'm not saying another word until you remove these cuffs.
You think you're in a position to bargain?
Bargain? You were the one suggesting reciprocity. Hardly seems reciprocal to keep us locked up, don't you think? We really are here because of a song. The record is the key to everything. In 1995, before the world was afflicted with the storm, this record, along with its arcane record player, was sent into space aboard the Regulus Space Telescope, serving as the power source of the satellite. For 12 years, it took pictures and transmitted them back to Earth. Then, in 2007, the satellite crashed near Aldeburgh, destroying everything but this record in the process.
2007. That would have been 1966, right after the sixth storm.
Precisely. A rock music enthusiast from that era found the record and later brought it to Laplace. She is now a member of the Timekeeper Squad. The last image transmitted from the satellite was time-stamped April 16, 2007. Even after the storm sent everything back, the satellite's timeline kept moving forward.
Are you saying that the satellite crossed the storm? How?
We believe it's because of this record. It's the only material that has been proven to be immune to the storm. In our previous experiments, it reduced the severity of the storm syndrome afflicting one of our researchers and slowed its progression on me.
Wait, what?
But those results were from small-scale isolated tests. We've never tried it in a real storm. Since replicas of the record haven't demonstrated the same immunity as the original, we've developed an upgraded amplifier system for it. Now, when played on our upgraded player, this record can create an immunity zone with a 2.5-mile radius. But the immunity isn't permanent. We found that the element Regulus in the record is consumed every minute it plays. At best, we're looking at 12 minutes of protection with this original copy. If Manus Vindictae succeeds in triggering another storm with their ritual, this record may be our last line of defense. That's why I brought it here. And that's why I need to get it to the Timekeeper. Should the worst happen, at least we can minimize the damage. And I'll be able to see how it works during an actual storm. An invaluable boon to our research.
Sounds like Laplace has made remarkable progress since the equilibrium umbrella. I have to say, I'm impressed.
So, there it is. All my cards on the table. What have you got for us?
The actual location of the ritual is in a sanctuary hidden in the heart of that mountain behind the city ruins.
First a city, now a sanctuary. Boss, she's got to be messing with us.
I am telling the truth. There is a tunnel in the city that leads into the mountain. Only the chosen are allowed through. And you can bet that the tunnel will be heavily guarded. .5 miles of immunity, you said?
That's right. I'll need to know the size of the city and the length of the tunnel to figure out the best placement for the record.
I have an idea. The mountain's interior is hollow. The sanctuary sits right in the heart of it. It used to be an active volcano, but it hasn't erupted for centuries. The elevation of the volcano is 11,616 feet. That's just under 2.2 miles.
Boss, it's not exactly easy to tell what you're thinking, you know. Surely you're not taking her seriously, are you?
Scaling the mountain isn't going to be easy. I have marked the dangerous areas on this map. Try to avoid them when planning your route. Before you go, let me make one thing clear. This is just my advice. Whether you take it or not is up to you. If just the two of you go up the mountain, you may keep yourselves out of the enemy's sides, but it will be highly dangerous. There will be no saving you if something goes wrong.
Of course. We'll weigh our options before we make a move.
Good. Keep your head on straight, soldier.
So, just like that, you're letting us walk out of here? With the record and a map? You call it reciprocity. But what's in it for you?
Arcana's death hasn't weakened Manus Vindictae. In fact, they have kept the Foundation very busy, taking different names and causing chaos around the world. They rallied their followers, journeyed across the globe, and set the stage for their ritual on this barren land. And all right under everybody's noses. They planned every step, but you just barged in here with nothing but a record and an idea. If you were my soldiers, I would have thrown you out of my camp by now. That said, I would rather see the storm end than see you fail.
Well then, thank you for your help. Why don't you come with us?
Me?
Look, we may be rushing in there like a couple of idiots, but if this works, if it really stops whatever scheme the Manus are brewing, don't you want to see it for yourself?
It doesn't matter what I want. I have orders.